All right, here's a couple good questions. In the first one, it says, I've got 2 liters of a 1.22 molar solution of sodium chloride. Okay. And we're calling that A. And then I have 3 liters of a 1.33 molar solution of barium chloride, called B. I mix these two solutions, getting C. Calculate the concentration of sodium ions, or just sodium ions, in the mixed solution. Okay, so sodium, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, the first one I have sodium chloride. So sodium chloride, I know that that dissociates, if this is a solid, in water to produce sodium ions and chloride ions. Okay, and then in the next one I have barium chloride. Again, it's a solid, dissociate in water, give you barium ions and chloride ions. You may want to check that to make sure that it dissociates. I'm pretty confident that it does, but anyway, there would be a 2 here. These would both be aqueous. Okay, so they want to know the sodium ions. So I'm only getting sodium ions out of this one. A nicer question would have been to say how many chloride ions, or what's the concentration of chloride ions in the final solution. But in this case, all they're asking for is sodium ions. So that's the only thing I need to do. Okay, so first off, let's figure out how many moles of sodium chloride I have. Let me think here. I guess there's a couple of different ways you could do this. If the concentration is 1.22 molar, then the concentration of sodium ions will also be 1.22 molar. But when you mix them, you're getting extra volume in there. So you're getting 3 liters added to the original 2 liters, so you'll have 5 liters altogether. So if they hadn't have mixed things, I could have said that at the start. But since they're mixing them, it's probably best to figure out how many moles of sodium I have, because I want to get the concentration at the end, and it'll be moles divided by the total volume, which I have 3 plus 2 would be 5. So I need to find out how many moles of sodium I have, and I can do that using this formula. So to figure out moles, I'll multiply both sides by volume. So here's my formula. So if I multiply the concentration times the volume, I get 2.44 moles. So that's the total number of moles of sodium chloride in the solution. Let me erase this down here. So I've got 2.44 moles of this. Since it's a 1-to-1 ratio, when this dissociates, I'm going to have the exact same amount of moles of sodium ions in the solution. Now, now I know what the moles are, so I can just divide it by the total volume and I'm done. So the concentration would be my 2.44 moles, and then I divide that by the total volume. The 2 plus 3 is 5. And if I divide those two, I get that. One other question was just about sig figs, and is this the correct number of sig figs? When I look at the pOH at the top here, if I have a pH or a pOH, the number of sig figs is based on how many decimal places they have. So that number there, although there's 5 digits in there, the only ones that count in a pH or a pOH are the ones that follow the decimal place. So really there's only 3 sig figs there. And in the question, that's all I have. So then in my answer, I would just give 3 sig figs. So these zeros out front aren't significant, but the 2, the 6, and the 4 are, so that answer's perfect. All right, hopefully that helps you with those 2 questions.